church. Been a very busy week, so busy that I'm not getting to my midweek update until Friday, and still might not get it on the internet Friday because I have to go home to do that because the internet at the church is too slow. But anyway, it's been a busy week. Lots of things have gone on. Our Wednesday Bible study, Open Door, has been getting bigger and bigger. We're having about a total of 15 now between morning and evening. So that's a blessing. Our center shots up and down, but we've had as high as 8, and that's been going well. Morning worship is also up and down, and that's just the way it is, I guess. Lots of people out of town, lots of people in Florida and Arizona, and but the winter months are almost over, and hopefully a lot of them will be coming back. Some of the things that I ended up doing this week, yesterday was the 50th anniversary of my dad's homegoing, and you always miss them every day, but when you hit certain anniversaries, they hit a little bit harder, a little bit just a little harder. You know what, those of you that have lost loved ones know what I mean on that. But this week I also had the opportunity to sort of replace my dad. When he was alive, he was on the board of the Brethren Heritage Center. It's a group of individuals that have put together sort of a museum and record-keeping place. It's over in Brookville. They are looking for another place to meet and to have their business, if you would. But it's all the brethren groups that came out of the original bunch in the 1700s that were baptized together in a river over in Germany, and most of them eventually came to America. And over the years, there have been many splits, and we run the gamut as far as brethren go. To there's a whole lot of German Baptists in our area where we are now, and I think it's hilarious that most of the people, when they refer to them as Amish, but they're not. They're brethren, and they came from the same roots that my family came from. And one of I went to a board meeting Monday night, and they invited me to join the board. So I'm not officially actually taking Dad's place, but I'm doing something that was near and dear to his heart and is near and dear to mine. And as part of that, I had to tell them my brethren roots, and my brethren roots go back six generations, 7 generations, and we've been a member of 3 of the 9 or 15 groups that they're now split into. But my great grandfather was German Baptist Brethren, the Tunkers or Dunkards. And he came over from Germany. I don't know whether he was a part of the Brethren movement before he became part of it when he got here, but it was close, one of those things. And all of my direct descendants from him were either German Baptist Brethren. When it got to the 1800s, there was a major split, and my family went with the Church of the Brethren. And then in the 1930s, early 40s. A group of my family from Middle Pennsylvania traveled to Winona Lake to talk to a brand new group of brethren, which became the Grace Brethren. And they went back to Altoona and left their Church of the Brethren roots and helped start the Juniata Fundamentalist Brethren Church, which eventually became Juniata Grace Brethren Church, which I think now is just Juniata Community Church or Grace Community. I'm not sure what they're called now, but that church still exists. And it was interesting this week as I looked at Roots and looked at Dad, and I've shared before, not necessarily on this in this setting, but I get here early on Sunday mornings, and most of the time I beat the sun up, and I have taken some wonderful pictures from the front of the church. The parking lot side of the church faces directly east, and so I've taken some wonderful sunrise pictures. Unfortunately, sunset pictures, one, I'm not usually here, and two, they just don't line up with anything on the building. The backyard, if you go to the front yard, it's you can't see the sunset for the trees, and if you go to the backyard, there's a shed and gas tank and all kinds of other things in the way that just doesn't make for a nice picture. Or you can't tell where it is, because I like to get the church kind of in the picture so that people know where it's coming from. Anyway, sunrises and sunsets have always been fascinating pictures for me, and I like to take pictures of both when I get to see some. When we lived in Virginia, the mountains were situated in such a way that you didn't get a good picture of either one, because the mountains just didn't line up with the rising or the setting sun. And by the time the sun came up over the mountain, it was pretty late in the morning. It wasn't early in the morning. It was late in the morning, because it wasn't just when it came up over the horizon, you couldn't see the horizon because the mountain was right there. So anyway, I say all that to say with Dad's anniversary of his death and things like that, and our Wednesday Bible study too, is we're looking at evidence for a soon return of Christ. But the reality of it is there's probably a whole lot of us aren't going to live to see that day. And yet I really do believe it's close. But for over 2,000 years, Christians have gone to their grave not seeing their Lord and Savior in the air coming for them, but were ushered into his presence upon their death. And so I thought for my song today, I would sing Beyond the Sunset. That has some sort of kind of Grace Brethren roots, in that it was written in Winona Lake, Indiana. And my brother lives out there, and I have another pastor friend that lives out there. And I'm forever getting beautiful, beautiful sunset pictures from Winona Lake, and I appreciate every one of them. But this song was written in Winona Lake. If you've ever been to Winona Lake, you can identify with the words of this song. And one day, beyond the sunset, we're going to enjoy heaven for all of eternity. And I look forward to that day. I hope you do too. beyond the sunset. O blissful morning, when with our Savior heaven has begun. Earth toiling ended, O glorious dawning, beyond the sunset, when day is done. Beyond the sunset, no clouds will gather, no storms will threaten, no fears annoy. O day of gladness, O day unending, beyond the sunset, eternal joy. Beyond the sunset, O glad reunion, when with our dear ones who've gone before, in that fair homeland, we'll know no parting. Beyond the sunset, forevermore. You know, even as I was singing that, thought came to mind, beyond the sunset is talking about death. I think it's also talking about the Lord's coming back. But when we close our eyes in darkness at death, we immediately wake up to an eternal day. No more night. No more sunsets, because the sun will give light to that city, the Son of God. I hope you look forward to that day. I hope you're ready for that day. I hope you're watching for that day and waiting in eager anticipation of the fact one day, in the twinkling of an eye, whether it's in death or whether it is when we are caught up together with the Lord, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. Either way, from death or from his rapture of his church, from that moment on, we'll never leave him. He'll never leave us. Wherever he goes, he'll take us with him. You see that throughout the end time scriptures. The bride of Christ, the marriage supper of the Lamb, all those things we're looking forward to. And all those things he's getting ready for. And when the stage is all set and everything has been brought together, he'll be here and we'll be gone. God bless, church. Thank you for allowing me to be late this week. God bless. Bye.